I get for not doing updates early. Let's jump straight in. Yeesh. Yeah, we would have had this a bit earlier. We'd have started like nearly an hour earlier if they had not had a very large, gargantuan update to deal with. I should have done it all on earlier. Could have had it all updated on time. Oh, Ben. Well, they have Christmas in space in the 4K universe. Do they believe in Father Emperor running around dropping presents at their doors? Now we have stuff to do in here. For that, we need to do some changing. One, we need, according to if my memory serves me correctly, and if we remember what to do correctly, there are some cool traits we can get. First things first, we need to the adamantine dust.
Keep your senses keen.
Okay, what? Let's see. I should be the cyclist up on next. I don't need to turn. Not that. Whee! Right, then you take those two, and you start adding them as reagents. So let's see. One of these will have. Necklace? Nope, not that. Hey, it's agent flask, so we need the dust from you. The catalyst, I see, I think. No, not that one. Biogel. The connector, there's 3 of them. One of them is not the one you want to put in at any cost, all costs. It is a 41k. Okay, I think the other one's. Yeah, I think this one's not high enough. 41, and I believe tissue is the mutated, I believe, is the one we want.
Keep your guard up.
And that is me. Adaptive antidote. I want to take that thing. Now we do the same again, only this time we use, I think it's a fresh sample? There you go. We know what consumables are, we have been using them for a while. The OH, not the KO. In the catalyst flask we throw in the unidentified acid, I believe. And the reagent is the adamantine dust.
Now that's interesting.
And we get the elixir of warp neutrality. Yeah, we cannot deal warp damage. We can also not take warp damage. And I believe that's the only materials I've got to actually do the thingy. Don't think I've got anything else to put in there. So we've done our job. We've made Ducky.
Marching ahead.
We turned on the elevator, and we found out that this guy is behind the...
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
And we have a feeling that he is behind the mutiny. He's behind all this, so we're going to deal with him. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. The crossroads, there are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the cursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy, they all fall a slight touch. Who is who? Can you see behind the masks? My whisperers are giggling nasty. They will not speak, but not as things. They say the tearing off the mask is your concern. I cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy most. Thank you. Everything is clear now. Idira nods tidily and glances at Felek out of the corner of her eye. The station is enough problems about your sorcery, Psyker. I have many questions regarding what happened on the station. You think they are worth my life of my mistress? Who is the child mentioned in documents and reports on found on the station? You meddle with something that should be left alone. The child is what the station servants call Lady Cassia. For the commoners' dirty mouths, they must not sully her name by uttering it. See, it's not beneficial for all the servants to have their vocal cords altered. Some prove more useful when they are still able to speak. The madman for the servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened in the station. That's why they are insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dare to raise their hands against the scions of the noble bloodline? The servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Did you really think my mere servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are just as guilty as half my guards butchered one another because they suspected treason. Culprit? Coup was also stayed with those closest to the mistress. Destroying the shuttles, shutting off the power, disabling the security systems. Too many things required special access. Access available only to the keeper of the station. As you are, I'm sure you're aware, there are two keepers on the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Ausilio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also the one to blame for the woes that have befallen. As was according to a private conversation between the station's officers, you were leaning towards them, purposely neglecting security protocols. I saw the security captain's report. Only keepers have access to the station systems, but Theobald stayed right at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. I was lenient, this is true, and in the end I paid the steep price for it. Destruction around us. The insurgents have left nothing of my home. I saw the security report. Means he did it before the report was filed, or maybe after, or instead suspect me. What happened? The one who going out his way to preserve what little is left? By the God, Emperor, you will keep the slanderous accusation to yourself. Enough. I would not trust you as far as I could throw you. Enough lies, Felek. I am certain that you are the one behind this coup. I suppose it's time to remove my mask. Congratulations, you've got me. But did you really expect me to be sincere this entire time? To welcome you with open arms, to an ally of Tisphone and her monster, because a child who has tormented the navigators of House Ausilio for years. Don't make me laugh. You're right to help her completely destroy our house. And I cannot let that happen. What are you babbling about? I know nothing of this Tisphone or monsters of any kind. You do not. In that case, accept my sincere apology for the deception. I have no intention of making an enemy of Von Valancius, nor destroying the station that served as my home for many years. You cannot even imagine what monster lurks in the upper chambers. An evil, plague, a pestilence, a bloodline that seeks to destroy our House of Cilio from within. And Theobald and his followers, just mindless fanatics serving as evil. Lady Cassia is a scion of a merciless tyrant, but it's not her relation to Siphon, the terrifying. She is a monster whose powers drive servants insane with a mere turns. A cursed child who can kill a navigator from the sealed bloodline with just a look. I alone managed to get close enough to see her over the years. She lowered her guard and trusted me, and at long last I rid my house of a curse. This is the truth. Let's see, all navigators are abomination, nuisance and monsters, so what? Perhaps you are greeting yourself to me, hoping I will let my guard down. It must have been terrible to live under the monster's yoke for so many years. I shall help you destroy it. If this monster's death will convince you to finally leave the station, I will kill her. If your cursed child agrees to become my navigator, I will gladly rid you of this burden. Seems like another lie. Tell me, do you ever speak the truth? I can't.
Your execution is assured.
Truth be told, I just wanted to kill him. Not really. Abelard.
Indeed.
Oh, you're too close.
I will do my duty.
Let's do that.
A tactically sound approach.
Walk over. That's what I do. And now hit him with my more powerful sword. Hiya. Ow.
Target well struck.
Need a navigator.
I've suffered worse.
Moving out. Stop it!
Ow. Ow.
Weather the storm.
Ooh, it forced me out of cover. Oh, Agenta, you serve me. Now I don't have access to my rapid fire shot anymore. What I do have on the other hand is a deadly accurate attack that
As said, so done.
boom.
Let's set this in motion.
Indeed.
As said, so done. That's how it's done.
Nice. One. Nice dodge.
Follow my lead.
Ow, 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 ow.
Faith shields me. The veils.
39% chance of this. Wow, they all missed.
Doubt is for the weak.
I mean, we'll get a better burst.
I'll do it.
Yeesh.
As
Oh,
the
and
Emperor
roll it.
commands, I act.
Okay, first things first, use a boost.
Anything
Need
else?
it.
Was-
Support you some more.
Was that you? Or
And flip. Oh, nope, it's wild. Didn't quite take the full punch for that. I'm behind cover.
Follow my lead.
I'm behind cover. And he moved a couple
It
squares
will
away
be
from me.
done.
So,
Victory
right.
is imminent. Reduced to dust.
I'm not going to trigger his that just yet.
Indeed.
I must not falter.
shot at me. Here I have good accuracy. Wow, good accuracy. Well, people.
They
Kill
won't
him if we
expect
can.
this.
I missed.
Witness my resolve.
This thing has not gone great with fire. Oh, I didn't trigger classes at this one. Never mind. Did. %5% chance of this score. No shot. You do not. Oh. I have to two people up. I'm gonna go ahead and get cover.
I'll do it.
Got him.
That is not the Emperor's will.
No. That is fine.
Anything else?
No boosted dodge. And we'll scream at somebody. Loudly.
But of course.
Ow, that's gonna do.
Follow my lead.
Haha, killed the guy in front of him. Oh. Avalard! Charge! Nice hit. Nice hit! And
One fewer target.
Forward.
I need to kill more people before I can get redundant buffs go away.
As said, so done.
Got him from behind cover. Revel
Easy.
in slaughtery. So that's completely non-voice this thing's trick. We're now behind cover on this side, so we have cover protected. And good shot. In behind cover.
High momentum.
Hard momentum.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deed.
Ooh. Nailed them. Right, some pills of loot. We all might get all our health back at the end of a fight, so... Ooh, what's this? Robbing pattern... Laser guns, yeah. Nah. You have this as a minus you. You get Fleck himself. Armored body glove. Pretty well good stub revolver. It's actually a pretty good sidearm. Yeah, shotgun. Staff's alright. Rod. Tactical goggles. Light body glove. Yeah, just read that as well. Might start putting them
Stay sharp.
armor and such into the las guns away, because I got plenty of shotguns. And the Ratobi patterns things look good. I think, I remember we did that, it now automatically puts them into the hold, cargo hold, because we've assigned that as cargo loot, not salvage loot. Doors open. I was distracted by something on the computer. Going up. Everyone is away. The pale figure with naturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continuously streams from the scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her dishevelled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jewel ornament, and when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming soul-smothering power. As if the otherworldly creature's gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders and flashes of past warped nightmares emerge from the shadows. Of your memory, and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under a crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is it happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? Ow, 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 ow. As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! Heresy! Argenta looks at the tall figure with a mixture of anger and sadness, then lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. I can actually do this immediately. I want to pass the test. Persuasion success. She weirdly shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound, somewhat above the sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What's happening? Why was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? Ubel von Valancius, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now please stop hitting my people in the head with psychic powers. Unease settles over her features as she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Ubel, I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance at such a time of great sorrow of our house. What is this? I feel faint. I like Fibble's outfit. The heavy-set old man, who has been kneeling nearby, erupts in low sobs. His eyes swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child, Lady Cassia, what are you? Sacred child, throne preserve. Despite his venerable age, the Neville leads up and rushes the young woman's side. You! The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet-black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out. As either enemy or ally, I warn you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orcelio down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one so deranged is making the whispers shrieking like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threaten the head of the dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Commerce, persuasion. Yes, I'll grant you that you do not look like the pirates who have come coveting the riches of this rich station, or look like the scoundrels in Felix service. So who are you? Abelard introduces. His lordship rogue trader Ubel von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Kronos Expanse and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, extends his greetings. There you go, official. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always make an appearance in desperate times, where you can deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, And so, House Sicilio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. If you do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house. You decide. What is this curse that has taken over everyone in the room? Curse? You don't understand the sacred gift even. To our child? When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone. For she is the heir of House Ocilio. And they called me dangerous by my witchcraft. You look frightening. You were not supposed to see me, or Felic, or the sacred child. Now, navigators are highly paid for their low service to the Imperium according to his will. No one would dare judge the guides of the humanity, the chosen of the galactic sovereign himself. What service do you ask of me? Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood burlesque away from his sleeve. You glimpse a strange burn over his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to the Regent Aronto, acting head of House Ocilio in the Corrosive Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. Hold on, I'm just going to reply to someone. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. I want to know what happened between you and Felic. You're talking as though you expect to die here. Shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felic inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne, slowly enough to seek the child is taken care of. You need help. There is a Medicaid on my ship. Look at my ship. But Theobald only shakes his head. No, I am the keeper of Iraq 5, and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. I want to know what happened between you and Felic. Felic was my wayward student. He came to Iraq 5 with a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our navigators, Tisiphone Ocilio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age, taking up the Novator's throne. Defending myself false dangers. I never thought I would fall so low. If the child's life was at stake, very well, I have no choice, or proof of my innocence. Is it honest? I gave my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite. If the honest word of an honourable man counts for anything with you, I guard the station against calamity with incursions from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not thrust my errors in my face. I am twice your age and twice your wise. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or far-fetched idea of a bright future. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Yeah, we're taking Cassia with us. Last thing I like your options. Right, you are a crazy old man and you deserve death. Last thing I need is a monster on my ship. Cassia shall remain here, and you shall serve as navigators on my vessel while you still live. Take Cassia. Good, that is good. But do allow us to say our proper farewells.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Yes.
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corollas expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
Real blood runs down the old man's face, this time from his nose and ears.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat and your heart freezes in panic.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urac 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Yep, so that the traitors and renegades cannot get their hands on them.
Oh, Theobald.
I regret that we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
Cassia looks around sorrowful at the destruction around her.
What are you going to do to me?
Let us aid... Lady Cassia, let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore you to your house, Orsilio, at the earliest opportunity. Well, we might as well be business about this, because this is kind of what we want it for.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance.
Yes.
Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
And, well, you have to try not to kill half the people on the ship with a sneeze or a cough in the wrong place.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Urac 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
All that can be saved will be given and secure on board my ship. So anybody who's still alive or ready to get on there can do it.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Leave the station. Goodbye, mistress. Oh. Okay. And someone lions in this place with rough furious strokes coming from the other arcane sheep.
Venture forth.
So, Lady Cassia's defenders, if you decide to fight, you'd have to fight these guys too. I mean, he does come with a really nice weapon, but we can get by without it. I saw a grabby hand for a second. There you go. Yoink!
Onward to victory.
You know, it's just... nope. Cassia has points to spend. Of course she does. She has 2 ranks because she joins in at level 4. As with all other games of this genre, they automatically come with their skills. Trust me on this one. She's perception and willpower personified. She's an officer type, so typically her fellowship's a higher thing, along with willpower. But her perception is, well, higher than anybody else. And Indra's got a bonus for it. She's got so many things. She has warp features. She has the blood augury skill. So intentional damage rates also warp damage. Ebb and flow. Every turn, turn forward, the navigator drains an additional action point. Every odd turn, first turn, etc. 20 perception. Eye of Oblivion. Guide of Souls. Mastery of Time. Well, you know what? Eye of Oblivion is pretty good. Minor Matter, open the warp. There's so many things you can have. Nothing to recommend this section. But yeah, this is all the stuff she can get. You can choose any. Essentially, you can build these characters. That's a useful one to have. And for this one, we got no skill coming anyway, talent coming anyway. Pass unscathed. So, given the fact we're going to be boosting her perception quite a lot, she's going to be... We're going to make it so that her perception is here to the highest stat she's got. It also gets away the dodge chance against attack. But she's also got some of the best warp lore. Well, not the best, but she can have pretty good warp lore. So we can whack in another 5 points of perception. So she's 65 perception, which is way higher than her agility. So instead of her agility being what's getting her dodge chance, her perception is gaining it. She's also got a different set of tools. She has staff, which is fine. 5 hit chance. All this is quite useless to her. See, this gives me 5 armor. I don't think you need logic, but I will give you hit chance. How does you have logic? It didn't even appear on your head. We're off. There's loot here, but it's not. There's decrypted connectors, not loot. So we're off this place, and we're going to have anything on less on the flight station. I'm going to throw into my inventory. Oh, doom, doom, doom. Boom. We are leaving this place. 100%. Turn to face her. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but Lady Navigator wishes to rest in the quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tinkle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassio wakes her away. First, I wish to speak with the road trader. Leave us. Of course, when you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. You know, actually, other thing. Cassia sweeps a pensive gaze over Vigus, then lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. What do you wish to speak about? After a few seconds of hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honourably and did not exploit me in my position. Yes, because we convinced her to depart of her own free will. And for that I am immeasurably grateful. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants. We did. Especially my valet, Uwe, served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during the journeys through the Immaterium, and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Why do you refuse the red paint? Cassius turns towards the servant standing beside her. Who will give his blood before the ritual, as always. Aha. Why are you asking for these items? Now is not time to indulge in painting. You're asking questions to answer which you cannot comprehend. Perhaps I shall explain it to you at a later time, but now our time is too precious to waste. As a navigator of House Auxilio, I give you my word that without canvas and paint, we will have little hope of a smooth journey through the warp. I have no reason to lie. I shall ensure that all that necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me, few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Yay! But, Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Begin the rite of Navigati? I don't know what the hell you call it. Painting! The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the serrations of cloves, pious chanting, and the metallic clinking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence. Initiating communion ritual. Do 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 do. Come here, Uve. The exulting ring of metal freed from its scarab, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of the brush. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing at an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface of the fiery dance, a storm rising above the foam waters. Armadas drowning in fog, the path from one end to the other cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother. The sun's pale disk goes In tireless pursuit of her, no, of me. Its frozen rays light this lie a spring that is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Vox Master recoils at Cassandra's word and accidentally snaps one of the cogitated levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks and the Vox Caster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows giddily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Leave the navigator lane undisturbed. A soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants of the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain, and then sudden silence. A dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of Lady Navigator's rites. As it was for their predecessors, I'll arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onwards. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and a metallic clinking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge, and its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only the machine spirit, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare a few moments of your time, as there are several matters that require your attention. First of all, we wish to report the condition of the station Urek 5. Had you opted to begin your visit of Riker system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representative of the Navis Nobilate bought us precious time. We can either focus our efforts on dismantling the station and procuring technological components for our ship's vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Power Factor 2. Gather any components that may be useful for the ship. At your command, Lord Captain. We're getting some profit factor. Permission, I would like to also remind you that we are still looking for an engine seer prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and, much more importantly, we have not yet located Henrix von Kalox, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for certain he is not on Urek 5, so we should keep this in mind when making any future plans. Why has it always been this with you, Vidgus? Couldn't you sometimes just visit and tell me how wonderful everything is? Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week's passed with a record low rate of minor services at lower decks. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant using in kitchen servitor to implant maintenance. The Quartermaster of Store Equipment, Compartment 11, reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10, even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cruelty attack on the vessel. Thank you, that's all for now. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Well, that's good. That station's done. We have our navigator. Now let's hit this one, then hit here. Lord Captain, there's some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left the quarters and currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
I see you are fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Yay.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Gently brushes the dust off the cover with a thin, clawed hand, her eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her old home.
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you. No, it is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Perception test. Cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, and then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the fold of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of the navigators often become the topic of gossip among lowly servants, and officers alike. Is it unsurprising then that Cassia prefers the company of the one who is used to how she looks? I hope you have had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Yes.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying? You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that, Lady Cassandra, the feelings I have for you are far more complicated than common sympathy. We have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it is just as natural to share them with others. Quite right, so I would ask you to mind what you say from now on. It is indeed difficult for me to feel empathy for a mutant, however, the crew's well-being hinges on that of its navigator. Yeah, I think this one's a nice one to pick. This one's a bit too flirty. But it may lock me out of being able to romance her.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books.
Yes.
Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
I would not dare make fun of any of a lady's feelings, especially not one who has captivated me since I first set eyes on her. I would rather find amusement elsewhere, perhaps in the privacy of my chambers. I find childish your manner of addressing me as if I were your friend and not in your mistaken belief that anyone would be interested in hearing about your unemotional turmoil. I understand what you're going through. My own life was turned upside down not too long ago. I'm not in the habit of finding amusement in the expense of my people. Just remember to keep your emotions in check. I'm afraid I must return to my duties. I'm going to pick this one because this one's the most truthful one, so...
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so... private. My word, when I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
If I may be so bold as to presume my subjects must have found themselves overcome by your rare beauty as I have. It is so bad that they are enjoying each other's company, or would you prefer to proceed straight to my chambers? I do not tolerate idlers on the ship, and my officers know it well. Perhaps my people do not wish to disturb you. I'm afraid I must return to my duties.
Or because my presence offends them. Then I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump.
Yes.
Thank you for your company.
If you didn't save him on the station, then he wouldn't be there. Now, we have to actually navigate our way back out of this place. Anybody else on this point? No, it's kind of area here. It was a jump to a particular bridge location. Greetings, Lord Captain. Excellent. Let's go. She does actually appear on the bridge as a person to talk to. But we want to head to here and start whooping things. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. There's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think he hear Master Wilson's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Really? Another one? I just finished getting through with the one. Let me do my questing in peace. Time for another sign. Stay in the ship. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are antics of a high-born brat out of a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaught of the superior's anger. She falters, then manages to look him in the eye and says, I apologize, sir, but I must speak to Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant, you may address the Lord Captain. Not least because I have seen you are already fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerent towards higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personnel file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avarilia Vent, requesting permission to speak. On a matter of extreme importance and urgency. You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering on full view of the bridge is unacceptable. I am sorry, Lord Captain. I thought the drastic times called for drastic measures. It's a matter I cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Outlaw is in no hurry to intervene, but lets out a skeptical huff. He glances at Salzback, who is standing not far from him, but maintains a stony expression. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Worsian, and to intervene in what's happening in the lower decks, because very soon we'll have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. Vent reels off her last words as though she knows them by heart. She's clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she's finished, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard, then at you. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and no one has informed me. I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower deck, as it happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up, who dared to establish workers' rules across the entire ship. It took months to restore order, but even 8 years later, we are still battling rumours that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against the tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumours were baseless. As for the situation, we have sufficient officers and forces to deal with it. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb road trader with. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the road trader with next. Perhaps you'll ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mace room. I have already given you the means to resolve the problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush a rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. How did this all start? The situation could boil over any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it to up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing, right to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tension between the enforcers and workers to a head. Where does the Seneschal Worsian come into all this? I shall explain. I beg you to hurry, time is running out. I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of our system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that I have always handled internal problems myself. So, of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matters in hand. So long as I live, I will not one of the vermin who have murdered Theodora von Valancius will find refuge on her ship. You are far too heavy-handed, Seneschal. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors has driven people to the brink. Now there is a strike on the lower decks in Depot 4. To be precise, 3 worker clans have been involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Abelard, what do you have to say to all this? Actually, no need to add anything. I acted within the limit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rescue of my actions yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to lower decks to stop the assault and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harbouring heretics. That way you will stop the uprising before it begins. What is Depot 4? Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors of the lower decks. It is home to clans of general labourers. They are not as valuable to shippers' families who have served specialised systems for generations. They are an easily replaceable resource, and one of which is now, more besides, giving succour to cultists and minions of the arch-enemy. Depot 4 is a poor and troubled, but at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rock gut brewing. We have handled the workers on Depot 4 in the past. We have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one are the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect to all the neighbouring sector decks. Master at Arms, the ship's enforcers report to you, and yet you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. Lord Captain, unlike Lieutenant Vent, I respect the chain of command and realise it is not within my rights to challenge my superiors. That being said, while I entirely share Master Wilson's opinion on what fate Deck 4 deserves, I must note that this insubordination is a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Mr. Sorterbeck, I see you have decided to follow Lieutenant's example after all. Such behaviour does you no credit. Sorterbeck, explain yourself. The ship's regulations state that the Master of Arms is responsible for resolving all matters related to the ship's enforcers, and yet it is no secret that the Seneschal has a tendency to show partiality. Those enforcers and officers who have been particularly promising at times are given permission to approach him for tutelage. I cannot deny Master Wilson's experience and insight. The Seneschal has a record of fostering students who have indeed achieved so much and demonstrated impeccable performance. However, extending such patronage over the head of their imminent superior encourages disregard for hierarchy among your lordship's servants. Today an enforcer goes to the Seneschal to report an order from the Master at Arms that they happen to disagree with. Tomorrow they'll go to Lord Captain to object to the Seneschal's orders. I notice a pattern in these actions. Do you wish to respond? Mr. Sorcebeck, can you recall an occasion when I would encourage an officer to disobey their superior, or one where I would overrule their order, or show favoritism to those who merit none? None, Seneschal, for there have been no such cases in the entire time I have served aboard the ship. If anyone was to claim otherwise, I would have them pay for the insult in your honour with blood. Your conduct in this regard has always been spotless. Nevertheless, given your eminent position, a simple show of attention on your part is enough to erode the propriety of junior officers, inflate their sense of self-importance, and undermine discipline. That you distinguish some of them and know them by name is tantamount to walking around the officer's deck handing out gifts to officers who have caught your eye. It fills those you set apart with ambition and audacity, makes them stand out among the rest. Enforcers are meant to be faithless servants, fighters ready to die, their fate entrusted to their commander and no one else. That's the whole foundation of order. Lord Crafton, I swear that Seneschal has never granted me any privileges, never once advocated for me or facilitated my promotions. Although he is the man who convinced me to become an officer in the first place, he has offered me extensive guidance in my service, for which I am grateful to him. And while not all my fellows receive such attention, I know that at least a dozen fine officers whom he keeps in his sights to ensure they continue to strive. To prepare new generations for the dynasty's servants, to instruct them, and separate those with potential from those who exhausted it. That is my duty as Seneschal. This ship has bays worth of pilots, enforcers, officers, technicians, and stewards whom I have raised personally. By the throne, every third person standing on this bridge right now was my student at one point. I see. Evidently my officers are anything but shining example of unity and adherence today. I have only myself to blame, I suppose. I will go down to the lower decks and deal with the problem personally. Praise the Emperor. Thank you, Lord Captain. An enterprise boarding on a sophomoric. But please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist I escort you. Lord Captain, I regret the enforcers were unable to handle this situation, which had then led to you and the Seneschal's involvement. I said it my duty to go to Deck 4 myself and see the expedient resolution of this incident. No, yeah, but the guys, it's like, clicked. Good. I have my murder squad.
Forge ahead, never linger.
Wow, nobles from the upper deck? Down here. Reflectively wipes the sweat from his brow, a startling human gesture. A telltale one. A moment he allows his age and weakness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Did you hear? They were shouting your name. Of course they were. The organizations of daily routine life, the ship rests upon my shoulders. The mountain of challenges and problems from which I endeavour to insulate you, Lord Captain. The situation on the lower decks has been a cause of concern, and I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. They do not know your face. To them you are akin to a creature of legend, one who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne, no less. Whereas I am the man whose name is attached to every order, docking rations and lowering a bay's heating. The people dead is a senior officer. They would not have had the chance to express such disrespect if we were not here, and the situation had not been dealt with by the relative officers. It is the junior officer's worst failing to pass the problems up the chain of command. I have never been able to abide by it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here, Lieutenant Vent's whim, Lord Captain. I must admit that the Lieutenant is by no means the worst material for an officer. But in the name of terror, the girl is the same age as my eldest great-granddaughter, and she has the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks and hunt down cultists. It will be another 20 years at least before she can be trusted to act without oversight. My granddaughter. Greeting you, Graces.
Let's seize the moment.
I can't do anything with these valves. But they're here.
I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks every once in a while is good for you. Lets you see how the simple folk live.
I am simple folk. Honestly. Oh yeah, formation. I need to just her up into formation. The sound of heated discussion reverberates through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avelia vented for the ship's enforcer, barring the path of her superior, Master at Arms, Jocasta Salterback, who has arrived clad in armour. Judging by expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already, and now reached a boiling point. Lieutenant Vent, my patience is wearing thin. I've given you an order, now get out of my way. I cannot comply with that order, ma'am. This is my deck and my sector. So long as this area remains under Lord Captain's special oversight, no action can be taken without my express permission. There are already only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand down. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons have fell on deaf ears. In crowd approval, as he does not clarify whether he means Vent, Salzback, Vent, Salzback looming over her, or both. Your Lordship. Kind of some local on the way here. The conduct was outrageous. They even tried to throw things at us. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the salt unit and they decided we had nothing else to lose. And I apologize, Lord Captain, this is outrageous. I'm sure people simply didn't recognize you. It wouldn't be occurred to otherwise. We'll deal with them once the current situation is resolved. What's the situation? Your Lordship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as the resources allow. Under control, Lieutenant. Investigation. Again, leading an investigation unit. I see the rabble on the verge of mutiny. There's nothing to investigate. This simply calls for immediate repression and firing squads. And you, Vent, are going to step away from taking charge of yourself. Is that all you have to say? Are you sure you're worthy of officer's rank, Lieutenant Vint? Forgive me, Lord Captain. I will take steps to ensure such a thing doesn't happen again. Yep. Next time, don't say something like that. I will speak to the strikers. Mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right, you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. I am the Lord Captain. I am, as far as you guys are concerned, I am God.
Stay sharp.
I am God as far as you are concerned. A dozen pair of eyes apprehensively stare at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to strange to outright grotesque. The whispers pass through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. We were attacked on the way here. How do you explain that? In explanation for you, the people have been punished to their limits, and now they're lashing out. We don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here. It's like that one there that won't let us past. Our clans are all inside the bay. That's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who've just about had enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers encircled the ones who've risen up. Death squads have just arrived. It's no wonder folks looking out. Their words seem to sincere to you. The body language and the glances between them reveal the news that the news attack has shocked them. I'm not sure why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your ladyship, said a tall, thin man in workers' garb. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet, the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole base for a week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you can see the sadness well in her eyes when children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign for over herself. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer also stood up for us. It's clear as day that who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up on the midships and who has no feeling towards us. Folds of his arm. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointing at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. The persecution started apropos of nothing you say. I was told that one of you were found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here. A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. As for the amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off the body of a dead body. There are no cultists here still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with. Nobody's ever treaded those decks in the boots so fine, I tell you. Seems to me these cultists had better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots really were fine. There was no harm in taking them. Alright, as for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here, we all worship the Emperor. And when we're working We bow before the machine spirits, or the large and small transformers and the servo motor. The same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by the tech priest who came calling. Believers, your lordship, we are people of faith. Naive children, weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, older sister, but it was long ago. Last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my third little one. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when the beast crawls out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought the evil down on himself and his neighbours? Abelard, your turn. You have anything to add? I authorise the use of all necessary measures to locate the Chaos Worshippers heading in the sector. The specific steps taken by the enforcers was not reported to me. Nevertheless, I am certain their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken thief-doers. They are the enemy and the threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive actions. So was it really necessary to torture these people with cold? The rabble understands only one language, Lord Captain. That of violence. As per regulations, should the labourers persist in their unwillingness to cooperate, the next step is limiting their air supply and cutting off water, which is almost certain to restore order. The peasants can grumble all they want, but in the end, there's also their own misery. All you have to do is bow their heads and fall in line, and no need for punitive measures will disappear. And what changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself asking us to build rats. What we want? Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damn enforcers, to quit turning off the heat and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms and we'll go ourselves. We'll defend ourselves. So if these cultists do show up their faces, I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now, getting rid of these club wielders. Foes can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old Nen. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They'll probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbour out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultists' bodies, and we'll talk to them, on one lower deck to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over, and the enforcers to ourselves. You speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want any empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the anointed one turns on his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. Always will be there to speak. The tall worker darts to arguing elders every few seconds. He opens his mouth as if trying to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. Nope. Thoughts, Abelard? I'll ask them first. The story about going scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical amulet doesn't convince me. These people are moments away from rebellion, possibly becoming minions of the Archmage. We must not give them what they want, even if they did acquire something innocently. Purely out their own stupidity, that does not mean they are not tainted with corruption. What begins as a petty thievery can turn into a graver problem. I have seen it before. In my second war, there was a sergeant in the Imperial Guard that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of the heretic, and his whole unit lost their lives for it. When they finally managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor, only the pocket knife, which had grown through all the rows of beds like a metal-choking vine. So when it comes to scavengers, malcontents, strikers, or whatever they'll turn into next, very, very simple. Give them no quarter. And Master of Arms? Give the rabble rocks, and they'll take an angry world. Lord Captain, they only understand brute force and will interpret any concession as a sign of weakness. Give them weapons and recalling their forces would be folly. It would only be a matter of time before we have a full-scale mutiny on our hands. I'm going to go with this because we can actually succeed. It will succeed with we got 100% chance of success here. 100% because our skill is too high. Our skill's nice and high for this. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands and we'll consider the rest. Yes. Yay! Tall worker they call Rivets shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old Nan, listen. Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions. And I don't know what a single person in the whole Depot 4 who's ever even stood next to the road trader, let alone taught them. Back down. Now's no time for you to be some old crone. Listen to us, old Nan. The three clans of Depot 4 all act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction. You two are getting up on me. That's it. So brave you are against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed, but I won't go away against two clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's great, just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. And it's decided the persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating the remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. Your Lordship, thank you. You have not abandoned those lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Move cargo, fuel and provisions. Of course, Your Lordship, we'll root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers, and we'll leave no stone unturned. No, that was actually probably the best outcome.
Let's see this through.
Because I've essentially made... Hello, is there something? Open the door. Goodies, goody, yum, yum. Yoink. Excellent. We got us some goodies. Oh, conversation with Abelard. I have urgent business to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtow to this loyal rebel, you leave their lives and show them leniency. Next time the ship was attacked by cultists, the rebel will welcome with open arms. Allow them to wreak whatever havoc they want. They like because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of one Valancia's protectorate? Don't speak to your Lord Captain in the tone. Why are you so angry I solved the problem? There is some truth in your criticism. Let's talk about your role in all this instead. You allowed this revolt to happen, your actions practically guaranteed it would. I should say so. You simply needed to trust me. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora? Do you think she ever set one foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to grand designs of the protectorate. Maybe if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There's a new Lord Captain aboard the ship now, and I would not repeat her mistakes. I would be only too willing to trust my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters. The situation had spiraled out of your control, Abelard. Let's go to the top one. I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the mind of a crisis, midst of crisis. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Naval for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw the Lord Captain Theodora's deed and sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. They create impulse. Impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers. I embarked on this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off in her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over the years and years began to quake, rattling a flimsy hangar on a semi-thematically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all, the rogue trader was killed, and we know what's happening on the planets. And who knows what's happening on the planets? I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come to a grievous blow to me. I'm not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I'm duty bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find you footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out by the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades. Cannot suddenly be deemed excessive to requirements. I have seen plenty of sentiment and hand-wringing in my days, but very little competence. No plans to rely on your judgment or your tried and tested procedures in the future. I value what Theodora created, and I trust the situation is an aberration of the ship's otherwise smooth operation. Since the established procedures were working, I see no reason to change them. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is just as important to me. You are the only person who has comprehensive knowledge of how things are on this run of the ship, and I think in the future I will follow your recommendations. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world. A world where Theodora is gone, and where you and I have new decisions to make. Theodora trusted in established procedures, and she died. I won't make the same mistake. If you want to keep building the future of the Von Valancius Protectorate with me, stop living in the past. I'm going to choose this second one down, because it's like, I understand where you're coming from. I do. But if we want to build and enhance and keep going, if you stay in the past, you will stagnate. Only stagnation will follow. We have new decisions to make. And it might be time to try a new tactic for dealing with things. Also, I like to think that these little pens like run across the screen really quick, like to write all this. Yes, Lord Captain. Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. Now please, let us leave this lower decks. If the road trader desires his legs, there are far more suitable places. Yes, like a prison world. Where I really, really want to go and do some questing. Now, for the love of Pete, please stop interrupting me, and let me go to the world, go to the prison planet, so I can go beat things up. After we level up again. The first section of levels are like go really quickly because you get a lot of XP, and then it slows down. Let's see. Strength wouldn't be too bad a thing for you as athletics for you. Agility gives you that, weapon skill boosts that, and toughness gives you more HP. So we'll go strength and get you some punch. recommended ones, nothing's recommended. Common talents. You're basically on Medicaid. You are kind of my best Medicaid person. You can also give you both weapon proficiency. Characteristic training strength. Well, a lot of those down the bottom is also good, but it's also doing stuff up here is pretty good for him as well. That's useful. So we have another warrior. Getting together. Perfect timing. Common talent. You know what? We'll get perfect timing because it might be good for him. I might be ruling this guy completely wrong. Dominator man. We gain a new skill. You can get pyromancy if we wanted. Nice. Biomancy skills, scientific powers, we'll do with pre-science. And logic, tech use, awareness, all the Xenos, Imperium, the Medicaid skills, law on the warp. Cassia could definitely do with getting some law on the warp. Like a lot. I see, agility is good for your general, let's get you up in the front. And boost your demolition, which is good, which is also complies with your ready to serve. Doing my part, no heresy. Yeah, like I want to have that knowledge because it's handy. I'll give you a 3% chance to ignore the attack. For you. Oh, you got so many nice skills. Air of authority. Get back in the fight. Break the ranks. Move, move, move. Take aim. But she has some really nice stuff in here. Yeah, I think the Waiting Nightmare is really heavy on the... Not of purpose. Nice. I'm going to choose Hell in My Gaze. Because it does a monstrous amount of damage. Unfortunately, she's not getting a stat points. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to give you some boost to warp. Right now. I'm going to give you a boost because you need it. You definitely need it for later down the line. For me, everything else is like some fellowships. Yeah, that would give me some more boost points, more them. It's rather handy. I do think I get an item that lets me do that. So you know what, let's give me some business skills. Combat addict, yeah, outside of first rank perception, all the tricks by 7. Hail Steel. Never stop believing. You kill it. You can get an advanced skill, I'll advance everything to be honest. I just boost my persuasion with 7 anyway. I am tempted to get bolt proficiency though. Because the idea of being able to use a bolt would be funny. But you know what? Let's get a Hail Steel. We are not gonna need. Grim Portions lowers that down by 5 anyway. That's fine, we got other points. Now, can we please get to this planet? I don't want to do another insurrection, don't want to go handle someone else on the ship. I just want to go to the planet. After we sort the void ship out. Because, in this section of the ship, you can take care of that, and you have that. Shield Master. Don't have anybody really worth it for yet. That's fine. Master Cannoneers, level 65, so it's the best one on the ship. The more demolition goes up, the better that gets. Persuasion's actually tying for other people, but she is too good at perception. Her awareness skill is too high. She got better warp knowledge for now. Right. Oh god, let's just get to the planet. We have our party members. And I'm going to show you just how dangerous she is. Trust me on this. That navigator be no shrinking violet. I think I came down to the planet first and then left the planet and came back again. That's a nice ship. Prison yard.
Venture forth.
Hello?
Over
Pilot
there.
kill. Come in, escort. This is the captain of the escort. Please come in. I don't think anyone's picking up. The pale young woman looks at you with both mixture of hope and disbelief swirling her eyes. You notice her hands trembling. Who are you? Did you come off the plane? Off the plane flight? The reinforcements? Saints, teeth, I thought they'd never come. I am Road Trigger. At once, sir, the Captain Vaquera, Harry. Certain House of Windscale. Pilot of the shuttle. It's an honor to be greeting you, His Lordship, Von Valencius. I have no time for me. What's happened here? There's been a prison riot on the planetoids. Sadly, it's led by the prison warden himself, the Honourable Agathon Cascaya. He has allied himself with the rabble, and he himself was supposed to watch. He declared the Reiki to be independent authority and assistant of the lawful governor. I came here on shuttle pilot alongside the Honourable Evine Winterscale, son of Caligus Winterscale, rogue trader Van Xenos forever, triumph over the enemy's humanity. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak with the warden personally, so he could complain into the Lord's treason. He has went ahead, and I made contact with Vox for a very long time now. You were late to arrive on Reykjavik. Well, distant younger offspring, yes. That much I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Made several diplomatic visits on behalf of his father. The great regent would not have granted entry so dishonourable, which means whatever happened to him is terrible. My lord's place, we must aid the man of noble blood. Yes, no one expected this. Master Kaliski is a noble man from a respectable governing house and is vassal of the House Winterscale. All of a sudden he proclaims that Rakadi Philia was now his personal domain and that the person of his subjects. They would never bow to anyone again. Pure heresy. And I take it they're looking for a diet of sand and gravel. What kind of madman would start a revolt on a barren rock? Why would the young Winterscale feel the need to do this? It's a personal matter, and the salacious warden is childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him great, so he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale who prefers to talk rather than shoot and slash. Yes, young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he was determined to save his friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time, and I really don't like this place. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Cilio. So why did the noble Evan rush to save somebody who had betrayed his house? Do bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes? Unless it's one of the prisoner's guards, and it seems unlikely. There are no shuttles in working order other than yours and mine. There's nothing else anyone else could have used to reach this place. Hold up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given there's the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your lordship. I have no more questions, you excuse yourself. Your lordship, if you have a minute, what's your relation to the man? I've not been to Riker's man, I know nothing of this officer's fate. I haven't actually been there yet, so it's not a problem. I can't say anything.
Never doubt me.
I never do. We slaughter.
Onward to victory.
Yeah, I can build a bridge once I go over there. Now, I went here last time, then run back to the planet. So that's why I had a different set.
Nothing can catch me off guard.
Cass, tell me, what do you see when you look at me?
Usually a colorful pandemonium, but now your colors have faded. Are you afraid of me, Idira? Or of what I might see in you?
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Okay, so this place
The
is do.
Emperor sets my path.
Yeah, treats up.
Let me tend to your wounds.
Just in time.
Injuries will not slow me.
Go around this time.
I better myself through my service.
Challenging me was a
Test his
mistake.
abilities.
Your Emperor won't save you.
The battle begins. Oh, you guys are in trouble. Cassia goes first. She can go voice command, so it's fun, so you can actually make it one round, boost people.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
That's for you. Now I can say bring it down, you have an extra turn with 2 AP and no MP. So for my character, that's actually pretty nasty. Right, I don't got enough points, I don't got enough points to do a little stare. So let's eyeball them. I say,
Me?
go away.
The fury of Council
They had more people than us. I have dealt with them. Yes. Yes, you did.
On it.
And now, I forgot the room for this. I can hit him through here.
No can do. I know what is to come.
Yes.
Will do.
Yeah, these guys are being cut down quickly. That's all the tentacles around there. Can't throw for there. Fudge.
I'm enraged.
Force grenade. How dare you?
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Wah! Nimble prisoner.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
Ballet. Lunge for rust. He's next. When he runs, I did dash him.
I took care of this one.
I got line of sight
Poised
here,
for
so.
action.
Yep. We are just romping this lot. Yeah, prisoner's the last one that's lying.
I know what to do. Let's set this in motion.
Oh, I missed.
They won't expect this.
Agenda? You serve me. I should be able to actually activate Alan.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Avallard.
Victory is imminent.
That's the beauty of the off commanding. Commanders. You can give people bonus moves. I don't know quite funny you can give people bonus
Stay
everything.
sharp.
I didn't know this was there before. Ooh, goodies. Lots of them. This lot was slaughtered by somebody.
They say I have a magnetic personality. That certainly explains why I keep attracting trouble.
Let's see. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. Chainmail. Decent. It's better than what I've got. Perception
Let's
check
see
over here.
this through.
Where's the poster?
As it should be.
Yoink. Prisoner's shank. Yeah, it's a pretty nice and small pistol, but I've got better stuff. Prisoner's shank's a pretty nice little weapon. Anything else can go in my normal stock. Prison diary.
Let's seize the moment.
Now, one of the guy, the guy we got here last time. But I don't know if he's going to be here this time because we went and did something else before we came here. It shouldn't be inside this.
I feel my age when fighting alongside such young warriors.
Indeed. While
Yes.
I have my navigator skills to call upon, you are, statistically speaking, far more likely to perish in battle. Oh, I mean, that came out wrong.
No, you're quite right.
Venture forth.
I'm Imperial Guardsman. 98% of us get killed before you even do anything. Nice. Warp law.
Over.
I don't know of any in the Warhammer universe. I don't know of any group who have the sunshine motif for their stuff. It's a bit odd. Nope. So power being gruesome as Chufties in the corner.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
We found the key.
Always
And
striving for greatness.
pick the lock with greatest of ease. Excellent. My brethren, the dawn and nigh, the optimize, guide us in new existence. Ah, yes, dear brethren, have your taste of my steel. Of this, my dear brethren. Thank the throne! Normal looking faces. We thought we were going to die here with these nutters. The old man with a gape-toothed smile drops his weapon and holds out his hands in place in a placating gesture. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Well, let's speak a word. Let's parley. Well, this is a welcome change. Talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, look at the look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want a riot, but well, seeing it out wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join the festivities. So we had to, play along. But that's it. All it was, play. We never meant no offence to Governor Medine, nor the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Give the chance, eh? We just want to wait until everything blows over and we can go back to ourselves and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic? How novel. Utterly unimpressed by the old man's ingratiating monologue. The lowborn speech is mottled with colours and conceals his true darker hues. The old man has a long history of lies, and he's using his wiles as well. But I see no foul corruption, or ill intent in his words. Tell more about the fallen and riot. Oh, pish. What's all your tongue about that heretic? But if you insist, here's how it is. The warden in this here prison, the Honourable Master Kennedy, was a crackpot from the start. The previous warden ran things proper way. Prayer, 1 meal a day, work, punches the choms from the guard, work again. But the new one? Do you know what his first decree was? He introduced lunches and dinners. By the 9 devils, that's 3 meals a day. The man was obviously stark raving mad. That's baseline humanitarian. Things all went down here from there. The guards quit it with the teeth punching. The warden forbade them. Instead, the overseers started counting which prisoners were digging up more things in the quarry than were swinging their pickaxes harder or whatnot. And then, would you believe it, they put together a list of the best workers. If someone on that list also showed good behaviour, that's when they get promoted to an upmate. That's upper crust among us jailbirds. Or that's how it was at first. Then the warden decided that the optimates, not the guards, should be in charge of the punishments. And that was it for the overseer's job. And it wasn't the overseer's job to watch the prisoners work. It was the optimates. Well, let me tell you, that's when these goody two-shoes really started to shine. The guards aren't even in the same league as our dear fellows. In the old days, we had maybe 5 or 10 stiff kickings a week. Now, we'll be lucky if it was only 50. We were lucky if it was only 50. And that wasn't even the end of it. Warden Castigator moved out of his chambers to live right in the quarry, under the dome. I think something in this new home really scrambled his brain. The unspoken in the wildest things like the ultimates are saints who will behold the truth. That's why he started taking them into the quarry. Not all of them returned. The ones who did, you wouldn't recognise them. More beasts than men. They were butchering people left and right, even guards and overseers. The warden himself had armed them. And that's the whole sob story. I knew it from the moment he let us have dinners. Oh, this won't end well. The old codger's right. Whenever the nobles start giving handouts to commoners, something always goes wrong. I mean that with all due respect, your lordship, no offence intended. If I spare you, what do I gain from it? Now can a lowly jailbird hope to thank your noble self? I have an inkling, you see. Because here, how shall I put it, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves, from rickers miners, debtors, gutter snipes. No one's serious. Now we, your nobleness, are cut from different cloth together. We seek fortune, we're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we call them what we are? We were on Foot Soul Station. You know, for the only place. The only shipyard with the best market in the whole Cronus Expanse. Yeah. We're on Foot Soul Station, you can find some very serious business-minded people. And that's how you get yourself a very special discount from them on some very special goods. What kind of very serious people? The most serious kind, you know this. Have you heard of the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There's no leader, of course, but there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other's throats, well, the loot was, what do you call it, counterproductive. But cutting throats together, now that's anti-counterproductive. And well, their joint offer and leave them with the excessive spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who can handle such kind of dealings on behalf of those very serious people. Ah, you're pirates. I came across a void ship belonging to your associates. They were planning to break you out. Well, now ain't that out of bag? Our fellow was supposed to come and get us a long time ago, but got tied up in somewhere in the void Kraken's gullet with them. And in all this time we had to wait. This happened. Pardon me for trying to pull the sinful wool over you. It's just that we want nothing to do with the whole warden nonsense. So what now? We let it go? Sure, no problem. Today you tell us a little lie, tomorrow you stick a torpedo in our side from the ship of yours. It doesn't fall apart if it doesn't fall apart the moment our helmsman sneezes in its general direction. Very well, I will spare you. We get a deal for this. Oh, that's great to hear, you nobleness. Just great. Now here's a true aristocrat. Not that warden creep. Now then, you nobleness, where was I? If you have on Foothold Station, there's a district there, Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the shadow of our holiest emperor. Half-known folks call it something else, also on account of it being behind the Reese statue. But don't repeat their mistakes, I tell you. Reverend Hieronymus wasted no time finding and burning them all. So falsely acquired the bar there, built into the remains of the old ship. And in that bar, in the back, you will be finding Razor, do his business. Tell her Grandpa Bakhaval says hello. You'll be our favourite citizen in blink of an eye. There we are, you kept wellness. We'll be going now if you don't mind. And I see. You may go. I shall not leave you here to die at the hands of the warden's henchman. Go tell my pilot that is the Lord Captain's order that you be sent to my ship. You'll join my ship's crew. You'll have my personal partner, the rogue trader. No, that's iconoclast. Heretical, simply let them go. And hopefully the ship will get them out before the end of the chapter. I'm not saying whether he will or not, but it is possible. This will actually, the number 2 will actually might potentially save them from something really, really bad happening. Now they can probably leave the ship when they get someone else, but thanks, we're most grateful, you know with us. Iconoclast +3. Come on, move it. Bad things are going to happen in this system.
Stay sharp.
I don't know what actually happens if you with that, but
Favors me today.
went down blowing them up.
Keep your senses keen.
Ooh, loot. Full hammer, good thing, good thing. Everything else in the loot box. Let's see. Divinate the staff. Grenade. Make a. Yep, I'll do them. This, I believe, leaves me outside of the main level where there's a bridge. Where the thing says I can build a bridge. Yeah.
Let's see this through.
All dead. I think I can save the chance to save the young. When to save? I'm not 100% sure on this. Now there's a trick to this place.
Marching
But
ahead.
I'm looking at it. Yep. Oi, you nutty boy. Even they're hiding such much from us arrogant mentors, my holy brothers and sisters. They're giving us nothing but a pile of fibs and useless down and omissions. But Aurora, she's different. She spoke to me like Nova before. She revealed the truth to me, and now I can reveal it to you. If you just stop struggling for one moment. What? You've guessed. Well, the Von Valancia's ship, I would wager. Avery, my dear, you will have to wait. Do not faint, I beg of you. Well done, you feel everything, including your other eye. Are suddenly drowned out by a chorus of voices in your head, the entity that stirs. Rejoicing in the cacophony of cries, this place, it holds significance for the entity. In the frantic chanting of the voices, you can almost make out words that speak of an ancient grave, one that was open, for it contained a priceless treasure, a most coveted prize that was retrieved by the faithful after centuries of search. Such dreadful shades fill this place, just as the core. Their colours are oozing with madness and despair, pain. You're too late, enemy of the truth. The Bastion has already fulfilled its great purpose. You will never find the trail of the claimed relic, now it rests in the hands of the devout. What manners have you brought in this prison? Stay away from the hostage at once. Hostage? How rude. No one skills my guest and dearest friend. He came here himself to visit his old acquaintance and have a heartfelt talk. And I'm merely showing him some more appropriate hospitality in the night of our reunion. Contemplate peasant. Contemptible peasant. For every drop of noble blood you spill, you will pay 100-fold more. That poor fool. I knew nothing good would come from his naive attempt to negotiate with heretics. However, Evane still appears to be alive. Make haste, we may yet save him. Having a sight on the household scale in your debt will be certainly beneficial. Who is that on the table? Who is Aurora? Oh, you managed to barge in here and interfere with the process design without even knowing who she is. Too late now, you will never attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. It's not like it when people take the prophet's Aurora's name in vain. Desire your death. Enemy of the truth. Time over the past. Optimates, give your power to her. To this harbinger of Aurora, let our foes see the truth or become awash in blood.
Your execution is assured.
Your emperor won't save you.
Oh, you have no idea on that one. My emperor is pretty good at what he does. Unfortunately, I can't get down there, but I can put it there, she's got cover. She can do eyeball blare death. Now, I want this told. When I first played this, I didn't understand what they were for, the method of this was. I think I wasted a fair bit of time trying to kill everything. Yeah, I love that. They can run up and down walls. Thanks for killing your own guy.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Our Lord.
It will be done.
Yes, Lord Captain.
Indeed.
Kindly introduce these heretics to your foot.
I will do my duty.
Watching us. I should have moved them and then poked. I could have charged the warden. I don't know if I can. I'm about fine in case I accidentally killed my dude.
If I may, try to die with grace at least.
I'll give me a boost.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
And I shall immediately take my
Isn't
turn.
this a job for the serfs?
Thank you. I'll get the boost. I get free kill against Reveille. I feel Reveille, so. Again, I don't know if I can kill him by accident, so.
I said so. Costly mistake.
See, I am pretty good at what I do. The thing is, it's still Cassandra's turn.
Hold on!
Hold on. Parry.
Under this.
Everyone in our line has got weakened?
Was that you? Or
No. Trust me, not me. You can definitely knock him down, and then that will go, whoa, or you will slowly zap him and they'll come back to life. That's the mechanic of that fight, and I didn't know this when I first played it.
Guides me!
Ow, they shot me. But look, it's still my turn. Fancy that.
Let's set this in motion.
Now, Argento, would you mind kindly... Wow, you missed that entirely.
Doubt is for the weak.
Start breaking this, please.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I am his will made manifest.
Yep. Got a full reload.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
This weapon fires a lot. And hello, penetrate.
Doubt is for the weak.
I bring ruin.
Running up there ain't gonna help you. I can snipe right away. How large he moved into melee with you.
Victory is
Proceed to thump his face in. That's a really good sword.
at your beck and call.
I don't love the back and forth there.
Indeed.
It's like ping, 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 ping. Fortunately, you get one attack, one movement. But I can literally use her
I'm
turn
not accustomed to being
to
ordered
go
around.
boop, and give my guy an extra turn. So on his turn, he then just,
They won't expect it. Done and done.
did. Yep.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Thing on my turn, I can just then pinch him. Ooh, hit. I got bonus wounds.
But of course.
Now I'm gonna break all these unholy lenses. Not just the one stood next to me. Yeah, give you a boost. Boost! Boost, I say! You better please kind of kill the guy up there in the corner. See, I gotta get, Reverend Command going.
Easy. A costly mistake.
I'm not sure if I'm getting the kills, because I'm doing it in different stages. Well, eventually your target was killed.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Yep, just in case I
I'll
hit
do it.
Alucard. I don't think I can actually target him on the table.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
See? And then that goes. And revives him.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Yes, probably. Recharge him. Cancel this.
I will do
Prime
my
that.
duty.
Little heart damage. Prime that so we can punch him in the face.
Victory is imminent.
And that's a hit. Ooh, pain. Fire machine. I need to start shooting that.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
That's a good statement.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Ow! Critical hit. That was massive. Definitely crit on that one. Oof. Maximum damage I put on that was 39. 11 to 26. Definitely more than that. Oh, my face.
Cover me. Anything
Essentially
else?
kill him. Didn't kill him. That's fine. Change my 1 to 3. Long-winded.
I know what to do. That is how it's done.
I'll end him, baby.
As said, so done.
And winded, that's fine.
They won't expect this.
Nailed it.
I define the outcome.
Fire again.
As said, you are clearly outmatched.
Well. I can swap out, actually swap to a flamer. But I don't think I got the sight range on that. Sight on this. Can I hit them?
I will not.
Nope. Not quite got the sight range.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
There you go. Hold around the corner, please, and lamp you. Nice. Flamers are very handy when you got like a mob of low tier dudes. That's a good turn. Avallard. Totally attacking from the low ground. Ouch.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
You don't play on blue. Mucking on it though. And I'm gonna actually Avallard
I'm
another.
afraid not.
Okay, I'll do Avallard another turn.
I am a navigator, not a servant.
Held in my gaze. Can't use voice command on my own characters. For reasons.
Out of my way!
There's no point attacking that until we kill this. Don't mean we can't stack a load of weakness on them though. Well, let's exploit weakness,
On it.
lower his defenses. Nope, I don't have a minus sight on it. Well, you can't push us back up the line.
I know what to do.
Let's do this so I don't actually hit Avallard. Or I shoot this dude.
As said so. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Battle. Turn around and shoot you. Oh, we definitely want to do penetrate strike on this. Actually, will the flame will reach you? No, I can only hit the flame with that on the flame.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
No, what have you done? I removed your ability to revive. Resurrective ability now.
My place is at the fore. It will be done.
Sandra can then... He's not within reach.
Step
But
aside. The
Cassandra, which
navigator
moves
is
over here,
coming.
can now do this. Oh, I'm out of range. Ah,
If only that were possible.
wow. Alright,
Me,
you hit him.
if you insist, Lord Captain.
Fortunately, since you have boost
I'm
to
not
how far it can reach.
accustomed to being ordered around.
Well, was that you? Or
I'll boost. Okay.
Let's get to it.
You're gonna come to me. I dodge. Nee.
anything else?
Technically I can run up and throw a punch. He actually has a melee weapon.
But of course,
I think you want to save yourself some problem with the void. Yes, See, I knew those actually worked because I'm a little too close.
One step ahead.
Fair opportunity. I dodged it. Late to you, mate. Yeah, fire doesn't really hit my own people. Alright. Hit with this.
They won't expect this.
I'm gonna move over here to alter my line of fire.
I know what to do.
Oh, I missed. Well, I'll line with getting next turn. Regardless of what happens next. Wow, 47% chance of hitting.
Doubt is for the weak. Strike is a prayer.
Barbecued. No. Leave, we've been properly introduced. I am of course greatly pleased to make your acquaintance. On the rare days that Lord Windscale was at Eric 5, the station was awash with mists of warm hues. We were forbidden from meeting each other, but I was delighted to still see such rare colours in my home. Now, however, his colours are darkening. Pain and bitterness. We must help Lord Captain. We must save the clarity of his soul. For whose presence makes the world a little brighter deserves not less. And this is the day I finally meet. Not at my best. There's no disgrace in your predicament, Lord Windscale. The Lord Captain and I met under similarly dreadful, tragic circumstances. Finish him off. Preserve your strength, you're wounded and need help. I phrase it altogether differently. Tortured and maimed, perhaps. Have you had your eyes burnt out? This is my first time. I cannot say I recommend the procedure. It's what have they done to you? The warden, my old friend. I tried to convince her to stop the riot. Diplomacy failed. Father hates diplomacy, which is why I had to try. I must take my leave. I will see to it that assistance is provided to you and that you are escorted from here. He nods, getting into oblivion. Let's see, he had a good sword. Yeah, decent pistol. Improved light body armor. Very handy, right? The other thing had a weapon, but it was pretty rubbish. Welcome prisoner. I don't think I even killed some of these guys. I think they got slaughtered by their own people. Your eyes are drawn to a shard of enormous lens scattered around the broken device. At first you assumed thermal troubled you. Hit you. The glass shimmers in a unique way, just the same as the shards of an unknown broken object you found near Theodora von Valesia's desk. Then, by the Imperial Saints, it cannot be. What? It's a mistake. Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and cannot even defend herself. And now, this, it cannot be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Come and now, our lad. Remember what she was like, brave and assertive. It was like her entire life was a race against the fate, until fate got over her in the end. She would have gone head first in the black hole if she had thought it would put her even one step ahead of everyone else in the outer expanse. You just find out what she was keeping in her desk and why it would. She went to get it during the attack. How bitter it is to know that you were born from bad blood. But do not let this knowledge drag you into darkness. Life must be so easy for sanctimonious creatures. A dubious trinket and you no longer see the person, you see bad blood. Annoyance and hindrance. How dare you admonish me? We are speaking of of a betting action with me. A person who has tainted themselves thus can never truly respect assholes. Sure, why go through all the trouble trying to make sense of anything? We can just label it heresy and call it a day. Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodora so much while you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side for a moment. In a moment, she rescued you, aided you, and you wilted the moment you heard you... Oh, darn it. I hit the bomb by accident. I hit the bomb by accident. Darn. My finger was on the key and I hit that by accident. I was gonna read all the thingies. But then my finger twitched and hit the button. Oh, that's why I should keep my fingers away from buttons while I'm doing stuff. Lots of loot. Anything else to steal? Yeah, but yeah. Talk to you. Yes, there's stuff over here. Like door.
Venture forth.
Yes, please. All the goodies. These things are hard to get your hand on. There's a Medicaid outfit here.
Perfect.
By poison gas. That was
My actions speak louder than words.
excellent. We got all the points we can get. I was not meant to click that. That was an accidental pressing on my part. I wanted to read everything and choose the one that didn't make me sound like I was being a jerk. The rebellion has been crushed. I have news about your lord. He's alive but badly wounded. Help my people get into my ship. Yes, that's the other place to be honest. Ooh, goods. Right. Levels are needed. Time. Bond of Martyrs. Ooh, nice. That's not a bad one. You've got all these cool abilities in this section as well. You have literally got all sorts of stuff in so many ways. She's got some skills that lets her actually stabilize the gains for fellowship and additional +1 fellowship every navigator talent on navigator power taken. Yeah, makes a very good fellowship unit. Yeah, powers, unblinking stare. Power unit, power that has not been used in combat. Nice. Strange vitality, stable roots. You know what? Stable roots seem like a good one for her because it gives her more points. Now this is what I need for her. And the reason for it is going to become apparent later. I know it's a case of, well, it's taking out Indra's position. Gets it close to being Indra's position. Persuasion, I mean, that's useful, but I'm also already got good stats on those ones. I need this because later down the line, I'm going to need her to have a decent warp score. Camaraderie, rock and roll. Warning? Fortress. See, I think it's hard to say what the recommended ones for is this stuff. Origin talent is over here. You know what? Shield of Faith. Make it go against certain things. Now I want to keep boosting things like demolition and awareness. Because she might go be my bomb remover. Stabilizing factor. Obscure Fight, Weak Hearts, Visions of Doom. Peril. Yeah, that's a nice one. Advice in combat's good one. And you get the second one as well. Yeah. I don't actually use her much. When it comes down to it. She may be a bit kind of thing, but I don't use her much, to be honest. Well, Mickey's not a bad one for him, so. Fixed skin is useful. You know, we'll take the fixed skin because he's always in the middle of things. Me. Rapid reload, rocket ruin. The thing is, I also should be doing look at things down here. I can grab all sorts of little things. Yeah, I can get basically use tech skill, base skill persuasion. Makes me my persuasion really good. Trials, awareness, athletics improvement. You know, there's a lot of things that these skills down here are really, really useful. Ooh, I have enough strength. You know what? Heavy weapon proficiency. I'm going to take that because I think I'm going to, this character is going to be a gunner. I don't mind having high awareness. I mean, I'm still going to be the guy on the ship doing the, commanding the ship to run forward and do things, but I like to be aware of things going on around me. So I can, potentially, not misfire around my head or do something horribly stupid. Which can happen. Permission report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitated servers. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no technicity or ritual or pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assignment rituals, or sometimes downright freeze into a trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitated calculations or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Or don't start on men. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering, folks have grown used to all that. So our resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here on here. The technical mats inspected the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnitire, such behavior is caused either by echoes of minds not completely eliminated, or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew task considerably more difficult. The High Factum Janus Danrock would like to discuss how we should deal with defects property. He awaits an audience on the ridge. Back to bridge. Right, where are you? Bridge of the... He wants to talk to me. There you go. Vigilus informed me about problems with the servitors. What happened? Oh, you see, your lordship, the servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for a long period of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have dictated the fate of all these servitors myself. But I deemed it necessary to notify you. I didn't wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, that can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered into one of the storage compartments pending your decision. As you wish, Lord Captain, your lordship. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position they had assumed after they had been corralled in the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the centre of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay, their bodies jerked into motion. All as one, as if obeying a command, the servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the detective units even reached for their weapons. But then the servitors just went still, just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight. We awaited the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Uel von Valancius, demanded us a report on the defective unit states from the settlements. The Technomat's long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. Took several steps towards the servitors. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movement with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought waved his hand. And the servitors just as synchronously repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step into the side, the effective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distress battlement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factorum, it was I who prompted the entire inspection, and thus, in my duty to follow the Lord Captain, as we stepped closer, we noticed fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating on their copper collars, as if inscribed with their past offences. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies. After a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains, formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless, but animate half machine and half people, the Lord Captain. Heretical. Suddenly drew a near death blade, one I had seen before, as if following some unheard command, plunged into the near servitor. No, step away. We're not stabbing them. All the one of the servitors will be disassembled and its components investigated. The servitors' mechanical parts separated with clicks and snaps and hisses. Sutures between his wrinkled pale flesh and augments were laid disturbingly bare. With their work and could see every centimetre of the servitor's stiff muscles bound with bowels and captive pierced by countless cords and tubes. Similarly, the analysis complete, the technomats concurred. It was in working order, nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight to the reason behind its effects. I should make note that one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors are now shaking too. And this mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Turned and announced the decision. Iconoclast. Dispose of the servitors so that their human souls may be released from torment. Dogmatic. Send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives, and thus did not deserve clemency. To destroy the servitors for what was happening to them could spell heresy. To leave the servitors to their work, for there was nothing in their behaviour that the Lord Captain found alarming. On the Lord Captain's orders, the servitors returned to the same decks where they had been worked before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to their quirk soon enough. Especially since, following the incident in the question, there was a notable reduction in the servitors' strange behaviour. With the fate of the effective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Yay! Oh, I didn't level up again. Let's go to Thunderfang again and do a little more trading. This Fellowship of the Void thingy gives a bonus on all other Fellowship of the Voids. Also, they're one of the few guys who has some of this stuff, so... I can decide how much of stuff and how much to give away at any time. That'll do. We get level 1 trade. Trade with them now. We are now can have force grenades. Anything that we have that is less than their profit factor is available to us. That's why we can't have the noise suppression helmet. But we have the gloves though. And the force grenades. And the war World Origin fencing body glove. Also gun. It's also gun, which is me, but still. Soul pattern chainsword. A power maul. The thing is, we can just like buy as much as we fancy. And that's the fun thing. We can buy as much as we fancy, and it makes no difference. However, we would need a lot more to get a lot more profit factor before we can get the really good stuff in here. And I don't think we have the opportunity to do so. You know, the stuff with all is not that great, so we can go on my cargo. Philhammer, thank you for the sorting. Good. Really good. We're going to do some equipment changing. You know, the flak chest plates can go in there now. But yeah, that goes up and go from level to level. That's fine. And let's face it, we have improved our gear. Right. This is better than my Carpus armor. They both are. Nice. I look huntery. This definitely goes to you. You're not gonna get any of these light armored bodysuits that are better than what he's currently wearing. I'm gonna give you the improved version. But it doesn't change your outfit, because it's a navigator thing. Go figure, everyone else changes their outfit. Chainmail's thing, fine for you. Mesh chest plate, chainmail's actually slightly better. Let's see, you ain't got a cape. Endure, immediately remove one of the effects. Ah. That's a useful thing because he has endure. You know what, you have that. And you can have the cape. You don't need it, but you can have it. Let's see, Abelar. These are technically one-handed weapons. The Mars pattern sword actually strikes harder. Attacks cost will swarm that thing on a hit. Stand inflicts a disturbed effect on target for 2 rounds. Additional 6 damage. Yeah, but this soul pattern, Mars pattern. Fun thing is, dual wield, baby. Like this goes psycho with swords, with swords. And he can be given, he essentially now runs in and can attack with either sword when he does it. I got no weapon, no range improvement for you. give her the stone, but actually, if I had talked the guy into thingy and taking this bonus thingy, then we could have had something that might help us now. Hold on. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of the Sacred Cult operating aboard the ship. The ship has requested audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to their new captain. What's Sacred Cult? They call themselves the Bloodspun Web. The cult defends the flagship both from internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favourably upon their activities. I am ready to receive them. I will commence preparation at once, Lord Captain. This was not in the original. It is most certainly a case of their things added in by DLC. Gotta be. Because I don't remember them in the original. You know, we've had to do streams, 3 streams to get to just get to the actual main planet. And we haven't even got the full squad yet. My guy's saying like, how many loonies are on this damn thing? Avalard, seriously, how many loonies are on my ship? I don't understand, Lord Captain. Everyone on my ship's a loony. Those on the deck watched Orr's final figure moves gracefully into ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper incitement, while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still.
They fall silent, and the tall young woman steps forward. She moves towards you silently, the dim light casting shadows across the mask concealed her face. The masked cultists repeat her words in mournful whisper. We still obey.
Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her.
One slender figure has been fitted with a metal claw. She points in your direction and gazes at you from behind her bone mask with cold green eyes of assassin. She pulls out a sinister curved blade, and similar weapons suddenly appear in the hands of the motionless companions.
And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death.
Thanks.
Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion.
Thanks? Seriously, why is everyone on this ship insane?
We give you a blade.
Cool.
The silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death.
Abelard, it's all yours.
We give you one of our own, Kibella. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
Imperium's tests succeed. You have heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted, holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. Examine the cultists. The cultists are all voidborn. Their life-sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move with an acrobat's nimble grace and strike with assassins' swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. The prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down the tear-stained faces as the captured officers protect the mats and workers. The word has been carved into each of their foreheads with meticulous precision. Traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligently and regularly opened to prevent healing.
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voidveer, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
Interesting. So a death cult watches over my crew. They who honor the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him. Sacred executioners.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
Okay. Still loonies.
How interesting. Devout assassins who believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread the corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
Seriously, I have characters who will probably act like this, and you just hear them whispering like this in your head. Are you the leader of the Bloodspawn web, or?
The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others, the virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
Killing some people. You mentioned the tenets of the web. What are they? You have my blessing. May your blades be swift and death to the Emperor's enemies. Heretical? Not doing it. I find it outrageous that such important members of my crew are dressed in rags. They have to give food, wine, and new garments immediately. Instead of helping those who may soon stumble, you offer them death. I find that acceptable.
The blood-spun web will not forget your words, Domin. They are the wisdom of the tenets and the benediction of our duty.
And you're all psychos.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
Not to other captives. Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One, is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Okay. Your weapons are traitors, it's time for Kilber to prove herself.
A dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Hey, I'm gonna get slaughtered.
Your Emperor won't save you!
Cry, flee, pray.
And there's a tutorial for
You
her.
cannot alter your fate.
The Angel's blessing awaits!
Uh-huh. Prayer battle comes. I don't know what you can do, I'm gonna leave you where you think you are. You can def them above them. And this is Raining Blood.
Trust me.
What does everyone do? Usually, yeah, lands on its upon land, deal 9 damage to all adjacent enemies. Wow. Whee! Blade dance.
As the mechanics demand, death is a blessing.
It's just like, "Nyong." Your weapons. We're all gonna die. Let's take it out.
Welcome his embrace.
Your Emperor won't save you!
You said that about the last group. They did not live very long.
Trust me. The other side awaits. As honor ordains. Is a blessing. I shall not let your soul be purged. As honor ordains, the other side awaits.
Christ almighty.
Out of my way!
Go for it. Oh, that was my only attack. Indeed. It was. Oh, that's just messy. I am covered in blood. Yes. I just literally washed this uniform. Why? We're blood cultists. Cut to the heart, cut to the throat, cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stain of their treachery, so their souls may prostrate themselves before the Undying One's throne and beg for his forgiveness. I have acted in reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Domain Nubel? Will you make me your shield and shadow? Your lordship, the spirit of the blood web are watching, tracking and killing Von Valencia's enemies long before the warrant of trade passed to Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. Right, so you do not have in any way condemned the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult? I'm sure they must have good reasons. The cultists are a scourge of the seditious. They bring unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers respect the blood-spun web, while we share the same common goal, to bring his light and his just judgment to the darkest depths of the ship. The scourge of seditious or not, folk are afraid of them for a reason. Come on, watch us go. 3 spinners took a train of driver to peaceful for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Malak did to earn that privilege, though. And who's going to feed his family now? Well, that's a lower deck problem. What matters is the blood-spun web serves you faithfully, Lord Captain. My predecessor once delivered a sermon about how the spinners saved this vessel from servants of the arch enemy. The blood-spun web paid the price in blood, a river of scarlet, and flooded the decks from bridge to bile. They became the blood of the flagship, and pulse in its veins, the beat of its heart. This great sacrifice earned them the favour of House von Valancius. It seems that all the officers have been presented to me yet. So the Emperor, I am entrusted with the high honour of being a ship's confessor. In other words, the highest spiritual authority on your vessel. I am here to oversee the purity of the crew's faith. I officiate the official chapel and also look after the ship's regularly. Tell me about that great sacrifice. Set by famine and pestilence during the long warp jump, the flagship wandered uncharted paths of the interior for 20 cycles. Straight, the servants of the Archmage used the despairing hearts of the crew to infiltrate the ship, and death followed. The hungry became haunted, the famished became a feast. The exhausted crew, weak and emaciated, to resist the invaders, but then the spares emerged from the depths. They stood alone against the hundreds of foes, yet they did not falter. They did not sleep or rest as their blade tip danced through death. Though many spinners fell, the blood-spun web held strong until the flagship left the turmoil of the warp. And my retinue? I have heard, only at a distance, the prayers the spinners offer up to him. I have seen how their deeds fill people's heart with confidence in the inevitability of his wrath. The blood-spin webs loyal to the Emperor is without question, and their willingness to lay down their lives to fight against the arch-enemy. Although Lady Theodora never granted the cult audience or brought her spinner into their retinue, she respected the blood-spun web and approved its mention. It's strange, their shadowy forms are swathed in darkness, yet radiant light burns within them, like scarlet flame. I think it's a good sign. It's rare to see anyone filled with such light, even among the servants of the faith. Indeed. Very well, you shall be my shadow. We now have Psycho Lady. Oh, and she's changed into a dress now. A slow, almost rhythmic, and she removes her ceremonial mask. The dark shadows of her eyes accentuate the deathly pallor of her skin, which is covered in ritual scars. Henceforth I am your shadow, Domin Universal von Valancius, an instrument of death placed in your hand by the Undying One. For so it is ordained, and so his task spoke. I also come bearing an invitation from Vicen of the Bloodspun Web, to know that doors to the Undying One's temple are open to you. Really? Go down to the depths of his flagship to search for his temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They're not fitting place for his lordship. Must say relevant Bloodspun Web, the Emperor's turret. Only his chosen servants may earn the permission to rain blood upon the cards and perform a reading to see the portents of the future, shadows of the past, or tangles of the present. However, the secrets of his tarot have not for the ears of lay people to hear. I cannot hear more, not here, not now. Why is the Visor not here to deliver the message himself? The first spinner is old, his abode in the temple beneath the flagship's freight line. He has not left the lower decks in decades. Even a short journey could sunder the spirits of his ancient body. Who is this Visor? He is the first among us. The Visor has spun the web of faith for 5-fold longer than I have lived. Blood of the flagship's blood, my mentor and teacher. And where's your temple? I am not permitted to say. If you wish to see the temple, you must walk the path of the Saint Irid, the Master Spider. Hers was the thread that would become the bloodspun web. Her path is deep within the flagship, in dark tunnels of freight lines. That's where you must begin as well. The journey will bring us closer to the thread of web, closer to the Undying One, closer to understanding death. I walk the footsteps of the Master Spider. Yay. The blade awaits direction. We'll speak again when time is right. Oh. Well, we're not doing that right now because I really want to get my tech mage. There's another section of this part of the game to go through, and I haven't even got there yet, and I've already got new quest lines. I think that trigger to say she's there. But I think you don't actually get to do her mission until like later, because we're technically in the prologue. I kid thee not. We are in the prologue. There's numerous compartments we can visit. Navigate the compartment on the map of the ship, which is access to the main elevator on the bridge. To the main compartment. That's my captain, my quarters. And over here is the main bridge, which goes to the rest of the ship. I kid you not, they are all over the place now. They're like multiplying. However, we have gone well over time. It's been a long session. We started late as well, so that's not helpful. But good a minute. She's dogmatic. Very dogmatic. How she follows the Blade Dancer's archetype. I know anything about this section. Nothing's recommended. Yep, we'll have that one. I don't know anything else. I'm gonna say if her thing is definitely gonna probably be agility and weapon skill as she's running around punching people. Acrobatic artistry, Oath of Vengeance, Veil of Blades, Blood Oath. Captive audience. Nice. Okay, let's think of a boom. Okay. That could be fun. Athletics. You know, I think that might be a thing for them, because that's good for strength traversable terrain and whatnot. Again, agility is a big weapon one for them, so I'll say agility. Blade in his hand. Okay, definitely do that one then. You got actually pretty good Medicaid. There's any chance of doubling damage. Yay! She has a sword. Spinner's blade. This sword is better. Silent Verdict is way better. But I already decided Avalon's gonna get. So. Oh. So you can take this. That is a scary blade. It's also a two-hander. It's a light weapon too. But yeah, this definitely does damage. No, it does so much damage. It's a two-hander weapon. These things will never match it for damage output. Right. Maybe the two highest weapons I got. And see. Nope. Sword pattern, that's. Put a shank. Wow, 4 to 18. Very high, low damage, very... Ooh, so the monolith knife is slightly better than the chainsword. Its lower damage is a little lower, but its upper damage is higher. The Mars pattern sword, on the other hand, is better. There you go, he's got 2 chainsword and a giant meat cleaver. Terrifying. Let's play Spider's Mask. It seems fitting to have her wear it. Let's see. Blood files. You don't have a fire grenade and a medikit box. Force grenade. I might throw people out of cover. You can have a frag grenade. Force. Poison gas. Yeah, I was in frag. You can have a medikit. This is something I didn't actually bother using the whole fight so far. I haven't actually used any nasty little secondary consumable items I forgot. There you go. And that'll call it. Dear God, that'll call it. So, save. I was going to fix a ship. Instead, I've got scary lady. That's. She appears like a shadow. I don't think that quest is going to fail this. Show complete quest it off. New blood. Change spirits. Explore the void ships. Chapter 1. Land on that's requirements. Oh, it's all chapter 1. Right? We're actually out of the prologue. It's all chapter 1. Okay, so the starting point for Lord Captain journey to the temple. Death. We have more things to do on here. We can get a machine do this section and then do this. So we will be going back to the ship. But again, it's for next time. So until then, folks, until then, I'll catch you all later. See ya.